Hello, this is Senator Trey Stewart of Aroostook County. It's been my honor to serve as the Senate Republican leader for the 131st Legislature, and my pleasure to join you for our final Republican radio address of 2023. I hadn't planned to talk about this today, but I think it's important to address the elephant in the room right up front. Maine's Secretary of State decided Thursday night that President Trump wouldn't be allowed to appear on Maine's Republican primary ballot. Not only do I think this decision is erroneous and won't withstand constitutional muster when challenged in court, but it also highlights the importance of legislative control. In Maine, the only way to get a new Secretary of State will be to reclaim control of the legislature, which we fully intend to do next year. Now, on to what I had hoped to talk about with you all today. When I think about a new year, I think about the word opportunity. Certainly, next year will bring about a major opportunity for control over the State House for legislative Republicans with the next election. For me personally, it's not enough for the minority party to just talk about how the majority is messing up. We must also demonstrate what Republicans stand for and why we should be entrusted with the opportunity to lead from the front. Here are a few things that Republicans will continue to fight for next year and once we've taken control in Augusta. First, we all know that energy prices have skyrocketed in Maine and our electric bills are too high. What most don't understand is that there is a way to address the root of this problem at the State House. We can and will get Maine's energy policy back on sound fiscal footing rather than taking money out of your pockets to go to out-of-state solar developers. Democrats took control of Augusta in 2019 and have since enacted the most lucrative solar subsidy program in the nation. That is why you see so many solar panels popping up all across the state. The utilities are made to be the pass-through for these companies, and we must change course on this policy. We could be responsible stewards of our environment and lower your electric bills at the same time. Renewable energy can be done right in Maine without breaking the bank, and Republicans are committed to that approach. Second, Maine needs a serious investment in mental health supports. Our state is still being ravaged by the opioid epidemic, which has only gotten worse in recent years under Democrat control. We also have a mental health crisis going on in our state that requires significant capital and workforce investment to address. I don't need to remind anyone in Maine of why this matters, as we are all still struggling with the recent senseless tragedy in Lewiston. Republicans want to address the root of this problem, and will do so when we are in charge of prioritizing where our state's resources go. Third, we need a serious overhaul of accountability within state government. Republicans have led the charge for reforming our child welfare system here in Maine and improving accountability within that department. One child death is too many, and we will continue to push to reform that department to ensure Maine's children are safe. We also need to address welfare fraud and expansion in Maine, an issue that has been increasing since COVID and one that nobody seems to want to address. The government has become the biggest competitor for hiring workers in Maine, which is a recipe for a workforce disaster. We need to make sure our welfare system in Maine is a safety net, not a hammock. Our government should be more accountable and transparent to you, Maine's people and taxpayers. These are just some of the ideas that Republicans stand for and will continue to push for in the next year and thereafter once we get control in the legislature after the next election. Folks, it is truly an honor to serve as the youngest caucus leader in the nation. And with that honor comes a responsibility that I take seriously. To rephrase a question that Ronald Reagan once asked, are you better off today than you were a year ago? My caucus colleagues and I want you to be able to answer that question positively. And once we reclaim control of the State House, we will work tirelessly to make sure that you can. Again, I'm Senator Trey Stewart of Aroostook County. I wish you and your family a safe, happy, and healthy new year.